really, and you're okay. I just have one story to tell real quick, and then I'll let you go because I'll
Okay.
night. Like seriously, you're never going to bed. So they call me in. There's a little girl in Mumbai that they're just going to put in the harness, and her mother refers to her as a lump because she doesn't do anything. She's 3 years old, 10 months, and doesn't really do anything. She just lays there. She doesn't communicate. She doesn't talk. She doesn't move around. She doesn't feed herself. She doesn't care for herself. This little girl is just a lump, according to the mother. So the coordinator says to me, we'd like you on the call, and they'll go from your English to Indian to her village language to the little girl. And they're like, and we kind of need to see some results because we're concerned that they'll just let the little girl die. And I was like, yeah, we don't do that here in the States, to my knowledge. We don't do that. I was horrified. So they put the little girl in the harness. So I'm on Zoom, which good old Zoom, you're around the world, you're talking.
Zoom.
So on Zoom, it goes through, and they get the little girl spinning, and she squeals with delight. And the whole room erupts. They just can't believe it. Oh, my goodness, this is great. So then she's spinning, and then I say, cross your feet. And it goes through the translations, and the little girl crosses her feet perfectly and followed a direction, which she's never followed a direction before. So the fact that she was following directions while spinning. So then I go through it, and I go like, cross your arms. And so they go through the translation, and the little girl crosses her arms. Same thing, the whole room erupts. Nobody can believe it. The mom's crying. I'm crying. It's great. But at one point, her head's kind of hanging in the harness. And I say, pick your head up. And before it goes through the translation, the little girl picks her head up and is smiling at everybody as she's spinning with her hands and her feet. She looks just like my athletes. Like she looks great. And it was one of the sweetest, most fabulous things I've ever been involved in. So they're working on writing a paper, just like, let's write a paper, and I talk about so many of these papers can take 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, 12 years of research, Well, in 12 years, my mom's already fallen from that hip injury and she's dead. You know what I mean? At some point, there's 49,000 papers written. Yes, we can keep writing more papers. I'm all about that. But at some point, action has to be taken, especially on something non-invasive. I'm not talking about a COVID vaccine. I'm talking about spinning in a circle. Like I don't fear for the child. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you're not like, oh, this poor kid, she's going to die. No. This is a natural motion. So we've talked about, well, where are we at in the paper? Where are we at in the papers on this kid? And the goal of the paper is to win a Nobel, is really the goal of the paper, that this little girl showed cognitive skills without an MRI, because she's not going to get an MRI in Mumbai. Okay, she's never going to get one. Without really heavy medical intervention, they proved cognitive skills in this child. She followed directions, and proved that there is someone inside that brain, that they thought there was nothing there.